Hey everyone, I just wanted to stop by real quick for this podcast starts and say you should like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow me at all my social medias at John D. Klauser, literally the same name as the name that you subscribe to on this YouTube channel. So enjoy this clip, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Yeah, I know, my voice is gone, but I thought this would be a great opportunity to take advantage of my voice being in such a awful disarray.
Welcome to the John Show with your host, John Doogie Klauser.
All right. What is going on, everyone? Can you tell how bad my voice sounds right now? So what's going on? Should I just should we just talk about the horse in the room, pretty much? So, like I told you guys on the last episode, I was a little under the weather. Well, I'm not really sick anymore. But the great thing is, because I was sick, it upsets your throat if you have like a sickness in your throat. What happened was that my lovely little voice got taken away from me for a while. So I've been sitting here. This is day 3 of having my voice go in and out. See, now if I stay in certain octaves, I'm fine. Like right now, I'm pushing too hard. I normally want to talk this loud. I normally want to talk really loud, but I can't do that because if I do that, I basically fret out, or I pop out, or I hit the ceiling. I'm trying to think of all these different sound terms or sound engineering terms you use for it. But yeah, it's weird. So what I've been doing is I haven't been talking that much. I will preserve my talking for certain times. Today I haven't talked at all that much, really, waiting to do this podcast. I had one of my really good friends. She called me, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, well, I can't not answer her because I'm just driving home. But I'm like, I have to be careful because if I talk to her for too long, what's going to happen is my voice is just going to pop. It's going to just wear out, and I'm going to overuse my voice. Because what I'm assuming tomorrow, if I'm talking for 30 minutes, I'm assuming my voice is going to be completely gone again tomorrow. But I really thought this would be a great opportunity to record an event in my life of me losing my voice. This is only the second time this has ever happened to me. I remember going to grade school, the middle school and high school and stuff like that, and people would get sick or people would have allergies and lose their voice. Because I don't know what this was, because other people have drank after me, and I know that's really crazy to do, but someone has, and they didn't get sick or anything, so it can't be that. I don't know. I'm assuming it's not that. It has to be just simply the fact it's allergies, and the allergies mess with my sinuses and mess with my throat, and it made me cough a bunch, and then to the point where I over agitated my throat, and here we are. And then I talk a bunch on a fucking podcast, a bunch of dumb shit, which I shouldn't be doing anyway. And well, there we go. We just make it a lot worse. And so what you do is you drink it you make it easier by drinking Keystone Light. This is what you do. But like I said, the thing is, I take this thing that I do here. It's a responsibility. Rain, snow, sleet, whatever. I have to do a podcast. It's a thing that I do. I do it to practice. And by practicing, it doesn't matter. This doesn't really mean much of anything. It's not like it's a real fucking film production. It's not like I really have to do any lines. And it's just but it's there are moments though, I'm not going to lie to you, that I think, I'm what if my voice just stays like this? What if this is my voice now? How crazy would that be? It'll definitely be a different octave for sure. Definitely be getting a little, it would take a little to get used to. I'd probably think of some crazy story. It's like, well, I had a normal voice. And then what happened was I used to be an opera singer. And during one time I was opera singing, Carnegie Hall, you could say. I hit a high note, hit the highest of all notes. And my voice just went out. And then because of that, so I'm here with you fine folks. And that's, I just make something up like that. But hey, or one of this becomes like the voice to have. One of it's like, oh my God, can you believe that John Clauser has this certain particular, like, what you could say, kissed by an angel voice. Because it just like goes up and it goes down, it goes up and it goes down, and it just like flat lines at times. And that's what's been happening. It's been awesome because like I'll talk, and I really like to think that like people who get offended by things, this is what they sound like on the internet. Like, I don't like that how you talked, so I'm gonna talk about how I'm offended and things in my life aren't going well. So I want to make sure that your things in your life aren't going well either. And it's like that's why I feel like it is. It's like I feel like that's how they sound. That those negative comments you hear, that's the voice. Like I don't like what you're saying, so I'm gonna let you know, because I find it to be. It's one thing to write a comment. It's another thing to write a comment that's negative, because it's like when you ever write things, like we all go to Yelp, we all do. We all go there. We all read reviews. None of us fucking write reviews. I've never written one at all. Ever. Not once. You know why? Because I don't want to sound like this on the computer. Like, well, I went to that massage place and it was nice. But let me tell you about the bathrooms. They were horrific. I can't believe that establishment would allow themselves to be open with such horrific standards for the cleaning in their bathrooms. It's like, you're like, oh my God, this is horrific. This is awful. Like, I don't like this person at all. I would never be this person's friend. Anyone who leaves, like, I don't know. I could be, I really do feel like maybe I'm the only one that does it. Like, cause I don't know anyone that's ever left a comment on any of those Yelp things. I've only just read them. I've read them, and the thing is, like, even when I read them, I don't even know why I do anymore. I'm like, I don't care about your fucking opinion. I don't give a shit about it. Like, it's like, I don't like talking to people about any of this kind of stuff. It's like sports. I don't really like talking to a lot of people because they don't know what they're talking about. They're like, I don't like Tom Brady because he wins all the time. All he does is just, go down, playing in a professional football game, has a minute, 10 seconds left, and he goes 80 yards and he wins. I don't like that. Every time he plays, it always happens like that. Super Bowl, first week, second week, 10th week, it doesn't matter. I don't like Tom Brady. It's like, fuck you, dude. Tom Brady he does things that you wished you could do. You know what Tom Brady also does? He goes 80 yards, scores a touchdown, wins the game, wins the fucking Super Bowl. You know what he does? He goes home and fucks a supermodel. That's what he does. Okay, he's not like you or I. He's not like us. He's something different. Go fuck yourself. Quit thinking that like he's like you, who fucking sells paper, who fucking puts IVs in people. Don't get me wrong. Doing this is kind of important because that's actually kind of crazy because I don't know how to fucking put IVs in people. But that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say is, is that like, don't compare what you're comparing what you do to what Tom Brady does. He doesn't do what we do. He'll never do. You'll never understand what he does. He doesn't give a fuck what you do. So why do you give a fuck that he wins so goddamn much? Be impressed. You're watching fucking history, you dumb cocksucker. You have no idea what you're doing at all. You have no clue. You're like the equivalent. Oh my God. This is the same thing. Like, dude, okay, so I have like this ex this girl I used to talk to, I used to date, whatever. And she used to, after we stopped talking, when she stopped talking, she's like, you know what? I think you're an awful person, John. I don't like you at all. You know what? I think I could do so much better than you. I think I'm better than you. I'm like, all right, well, that's cool. Well, if you think you're better than me, go do other things that are better than me. And then you will never, I won't interact with you. You won't interact with me. That'll be it. But then every once in a while, she'll like hit me up. She would text me, or she'll like slide into my DMs on Instagram. Like, hey, come blow my back out. And I'm like, no, I don't want to fuck you. It's gross. And then she like writes weird shit, like, and it tries to be like inspirational, and it annoys me. And I know this is so fucked up, and I shouldn't be talking about, like, I shouldn't I'm not like even like really like talking shit. It's just like, it just annoys me. Like, it's just like weird things, like, the way to be successful is to learn how to do things right. It's like, well, no fucking shit, dude. Like, no shit. And I know I shouldn't be talking, halfway through that. And I'm like, you know what, John, like, you talking shit on her on the platform that you do stuff is kind of stupid. But hey, you know what? I have a weird fucking voice. So right now I feel like I can get away with doing whatever the fuck I want, because I really don't feel like it's me talking. I feel like somebody else. Because this voice, do you notice, like, when I have, there's no one else, like, because I'm pushing to get that shit out, because my voice is so, it is just so like cracking and hitting like the peak. It's like peaking and peaking on the red all the time. That's how it is up in here. But it's like, I feel like I'm in like that weird stage where like I'm hoping like in the next couple days, I don't know, by all the yelling I'm doing now, not helping it at all. Not helping. All this, the beer I'm drinking, not helping it at all. But the thing is, like, I do drink water, and I've been drinking a lot of hot tea. I drink a bunch of hot tea. I fucking hate tea. I don't like tea hot. I don't like tea cold. I don't like tea fucking period. I don't get it. I don't like it. I don't want to drink any of it. You know what? I'll just drink fucking water and put vitamins in my body. And I'll just simply bypass this whole thing called tea. It's like, oh, tea's so much better than water. Oh, I don't understand how people can just drink water. It's like, put water on ice. It's water on water. It's awesome. It's the best thing in the world. And instead of you and your gross ass fucking tea and dipping in a like fucking tea bag and a fucking thing of water, and guess what? You can't have tea unless you have water, you cocksucker. Like, so shut the fuck up and leave me alone. It's great. I love having this voice, because don't get me wrong, it's so much fun. Because it's like, I can only imagine how it sounds, being like, wow. It's hilarious watching John being so upset and really screaming, but he can't really scream because his voice only goes like 2 octaves high. It's like, it just sounds like he's just been smoking pot it sounds like he's been smoking a bunch of cigarettes and shit, or pot, whatever. Again, what if my voice stays like this? What if I like this is like all what I have to do is like my allergies had to happen. My voice fucks up. I become this like crazy international like podcaster, because people are like, oh my god, I just can't get enough of him. And people are like, oh my god, I don't like him because of his voice. I don't like him because of the voice. And other people are like, he has one of the most sexiest, most radiant voices in all of radio, all of podcasting. John T. Klauser. And like, that's me. And then I like fucking models and shit like that. And like, that would be so weird. I wouldn't like that at all. I wouldn't want that shit one bit. I'd be like, I would just be like, oh my god, as long as I had like a dab pen on me, I think I'd be okay. I would just be like, like, John, like, how do you feel about this? I'm like, I don't really give 2 fucks about any of this, really. Like, I just can't believe like my voice won't ever go back. Like, that's the thing. I just don't get it. And like they'll have doctors and scientists like, we don't understand. Like, most people have ragweed like allergies, and their voice goes right back after a couple days. His voice just never went back. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. I'm like, I don't understand. I'm just like, you know what? I don't like how you're talking to me. And it like cuts to me like, I wanted all green M&Ms. You know why? Because if you read my contract and what my agreements were, you would understand I only wanted green M&Ms because I want to make sure you read it. It's like, wow. Listen to him. Now when he squeals like that, it's not as fun. But when he screams about like other things that doesn't affect me, I love it. Isn't it great? Oh man, so you want to hear a funny story? So I was before I left work, or I got off work, and I was in the parking lot, and I left my driver side door was open, and I was in the back part of my car, and like I have a Honda CRV, so like the door swings open like that, and it's just you can the whole back part. So I was changing from my work shoes to just standard street shoes, and I guess I don't know what happened, but I think a wasp got into my car. That's what I do know this happened. Okay, so you know that now. So from where I work to home is about 21 to 22 minutes, and I drove the whole time with a wasp in my car. And you'll be like, John, how did you know you had a wasp in your car? One, I was just chilling there on the phone driving, and then like on my because I drive with my left hand, my right hand was just chilling, and I felt like this little like little fingers or something like hit my and land on my finger. I'm like, what the fuck was that? I'm like, and I didn't really think much about it. I just was thinking like I had like a weird twitch, or when you're, I don't know, you just get these weird thoughts sometimes. You're like, oh, something touched me, but nothing's really touching you. And then after that, like I was like, okay, whatever, and I kept on driving, and like another 10 more minutes, I got home, I parked my car, and I was just sitting there in my car, and I looked over because I saw something in my periph, and I looked over on the passenger window, and there was just a wasp. And I'm like, it's probably on the outside. And I'm like, well, let me make sure it's on the outside. And then I rolled down my window, and the thing flew out of the car. I'm like, oh, that motherfucker was in my car the entire time. So that was an experience that I really didn't know I was having. So that's what I do. That's my life. That's what happens sometimes. Insane, crazy. Yeah. So I lost my voice. That happened. I don't know. Just living life. How are you guys doing? I haven't even acknowledged you guys yet. Yeah. What's up? Like I said, I lost my voice. I'm the host. I'm John D. Klaus. This is episode 82. Can you guys believe I've done this 82 episode? I've done this 82 times. Isn't that insane? Every time I do this podcast, I'm always like, I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe I'm doing this. And it's always the solo ones too. I'm like, man, I gotta do this fucking solo podcast, man. What am I gonna talk about? Am I really gonna be able to talk for 30 minutes? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I have no clue. And then, next thing you know, I just push record. I'm just like, all right, let's just fucking do this shit. And so yeah, there's another thing that kind of upsetted me. So I don't know. Do you guys hear about the Florida State game? Right, last week, Florida State lost. They got beat by Jacksonville State. I believe that's who it was. And after the game, one of the FSU, Florida State University, football players, one of the starters, proposed to his girlfriend after they got upset. And I'm like, I don't understand. I don't know who he ran this story by, or this idea by, and everyone was like, yeah, I mean, I think that's a great idea. Win or lose, rain or snow, we're in Miami, or we're in Florida, so most likely there's not going to be any snow. But, you should still, even if there was snow, it would make it even more romantic. You should propose to your girlfriend. It's like, what makes you think? Why would you want to do that? Nothing. After losing any game, doesn't matter if it's a regular season game, a playoff game, a normal game, a championship game, I don't give a fuck what kind of game. I don't want to propose to my fucking girlfriend. I would not want to do that. That would be horrific. That would be awful. Does anyone else find this voice hilarious? Like, oh my God. Like, good God. Listen to him. He's still going. He's still rambling. Trust me, it sounds grosser hearing your own voice in your earphones. But yeah, it's like, dude, that person should be straight up fucking castrated, because doing that kind of stuff is just plain off. It's like fucking just foul Foul pool, bro. It's just not. It's dirty pool. Or not even dirty pool. It's just fucking stupid shit. Like, it's just fucking dumb. Like, you have all this time. Do it on a Tuesday. God damn it. Do it on a fucking Sunday. Don't do it after you lost a fucking game to a small Division 1A school. Like, you dickhead. You fucking asshole. You're a real fucking moron. Like, come on. Come on. And who are these people? And another thing, who are these people thinking that everyone's against them? Like, I've never, like, ever. I don't think that at all. I'm never like, oh, this person's against me. This person's the one. This person hates me. Like, I don't think like that at all. Like, I thought that maybe once, and I'm like, that's kind of stupid to think like that. I shouldn't think like that, and I just stopped thinking like that. Don't. That's incredibly dumb. That's incredibly dumb. So, have you ever noticed that, like, the piñata looks like it's like sitting on my shoulder? That's honestly how I know I'm lined up. Is like if it sits on my shoulder, like, oh, there we go. See, if it sits on my shoulder, then I know that I'm good. It's stupid. I have weird little like points that I have that means that I've like framed it to the right spot. Sorry, this is like, oh man, because I'm just like, like, John, you're doing it. You're almost done with this fucking podcast, and like you don't have to talk for like days. You don't have to talk for like 2 days if you really don't want to. And like I should start doing that now. I should be like, I can't. Like, one, my voice hurts, or it's like it's raspy. I'm trying to rest it, and then two, like I have to do audio stuff, so I have to like preserve all the energy for just doing that. So I should start telling people. Also, too, I really do. I would hope that like I could get my voice to, like, it hits like a different octave, and that's what's happening right now. Is like my voice is like gonna drop down to a new octave. I have a sweet, more baritone taste, like sound, because I like it, and I'm really trying to get rid of that upspeak, because I have a slight upspeak sometimes when I talk, and that's just because I lived in California for so many years. And I honestly don't think that's ever going to go away. I think that's kind of like the one, what you call it, the one accent that I'm going to keep is that dumb upspeak. Especially when I start talking for a long period of time. Like, sometimes I can talk like this, and I don't like that, talk like that. Because it doesn't sound educated. It sounds really dumb and airy. It sounds incredibly airy. But, hey, what can I do? What can I say? Football season. My Rams play against the Colts. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be close. By this time, because I'm filming this on September 17th. They play on, that's Friday. So it's almost the 18th. So they play on the 19th. Yeah. So they play against the Colts. I think it's kind of stupid that the Colts are going to start having this, like last night on, I don't know if none of y'all watched this, on Thursday Night Football, they announced that they're doing a mid-season to the end of the season run of Hard Knocks, and they're going to film a team, and I think it's dumber than hell. I think it's dumb as hell. Like, I think it's cool as a fan. I think it's awesome, but if I was like a organization, I'd be like, there's no way in fucking hell you will ever film my organization during a season. You can go fuck yourselves. Like, but we're not part of. I said fucking leave, or I will beat the shit out of every single one of you. You are not going to do that. You're not going to distract my fucking team. Not at all. Not here. Not now. After the season, hell, I really don't want you guys to fucking talk to them. I don't want you to talk to my fucking team before or after games. I don't want you talking during the fucking week. I really wish I could tell you to go fuck off the entire time, but I can't, because then we won't get any money. I need y'all's money to make sure this whole thing goes right. But yeah, that would be the last thing I would do. But they're going to do that. The Colts are, but I think it's going to be closer than you think. I think wins will come. We'll have a better game this week. I think because Stafford had such a great opening week, he's gonna be a little bit. He's gonna come off a little bit airy. I think the Rams will still win, though. I think it'll be 27-24. I think if we play pretty good, we'll get 35. It'll be like 35, 24. I think so. I think it's gonna be a little bit closer than a lot of people think. Because I think a lot of people are kind of are already wanting to write off the Colts, but Colts are still up in the air. They could be a decent team, or they could be shitty. Because this week 2 we'll see how they bounce back. My heart really does say that they're not going to, but because they are playing the Rams and they're gonna Rams are a big team that they're gonna want to win this game, just because even if they lose all the rest of their games, winning against a team that's like a sure playoff team is a way better win than if they were to beat like Carolina Panthers. You know what I mean? It's just a way better of a win. And so I think because of that, everybody's won, and plus it's the Rams. Everyone's going to give their best effort against a high potent team like the Rams, McVay. I'm excited, dude. Fucking football's back. I fucking love football. I love only hearing about football. I don't give a fuck about any other sports. You don't hear about any basketball. You don't know about anything. You don't hear about any other sports because nothing else matters right now. All that matters is fucking football. It's about hitting, not getting COVID, drinking beer, and watching fucking football, which is all about hitting. We can't hit. I don't hit anybody. Don't hit anybody. But football, watching people hit people. It's one of those things, Like I said, see how much more energy I have this week? I have a great amount of energy. Here's my voice fucking sounds like shit. Anything? I don't have anything else that's weird that happened this week. Accident making shake your head. Nope. I drove the car. I lost my voice. I need to blow my nose. In the last minute and a half, I've been needing to blow my nose. But that's about it. If you've gotten this far, you should definitely like, comment, or subscribe. Definitely subscribe. I would recommend that. Give a thumbs up. Thumbs up is the best thing you could do. Actually, all of it could be donating $1,000 to my podcast. That'd be awesome too. You could do that if you wanted to. $1. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just super excited for football. Hope you guys wash your hands, because I don't wash your hands. Wear your mask outside, I guess, because of allergies. So you guys don't sound like me. Hope you guys are having fun, doing good things. Having Yom Kippur was this past week. I didn't fast for that, but I fasted a couple days prior, so I kind of feel like it equals out. I know that's always the one thing. I'm like, oh my god, dude, I work out a lot. I have muscles. It sucks to fast. It's but I'm always it's only one day, dude. It's usually just one day, or it's don't eat bread for a week, which is should be pretty fucking easy to do. I'm an asshole sometimes, and that's my one bad thing is that. But I guess if that's the one bad thing, it's better than being shitty to people. This is what you do. This is the struggles you have as a man of trying to have a faith, trying to have an understanding of a base. I want to have a base, so if I do have a family, I can at least be well, this is why I can provide for that aspect of things, and it's good to have it just as a person as well, I think too. So anyway, I got about 15 seconds left. Thank you so much if you've gotten this far. I'm going to go rest my voice now. Maybe play some Madden. Do something, maybe drink another beer. I don't know. But I will see you guys in the next episode. Isn't that a lot more yeah, I know. I feel like you're about to go on a Zelda voyage. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye. I did it. My voice. Cherish this rainbow.